Good morning. I've been playing a lot of survival Minecraft lately, at the encouragement of my friend Sam and my friend Caddy, who are also playing a lot of survival Minecraft lately. And so I just thought this would maybe be a good opportunity to make another video. I've been wanting to for a while. I've been kind of busy with school and everything, you know, other stuff on the weekends. Yeah, I mean, I just think this is a return to roots, really. My first video was Minecraft, but I found it hard to talk during that, and I found it hard to commit to a survival world. But you know what? Now I'm ready. I'm like fully ready now. So here we are, our new beginnings, our new survival world. Look at how beautiful it is. I mean, this is a great seed. So obviously, I'm sure you guys are just so used to the start of a Minecraft world. You know, the trees, the mining. It's nothing exciting. So I figured I'd just film this intro and then I'd cut to the good stuff, you know, the real meat. So I'll see you then. Okay, this is a cut. All right, so this is my my house. I did a little off-screen mining. You know, I thought that'd be fair. You know, you don't need to see all that mining business. Just kidding, guys. Oh my fucking god. Oh. Okay, that's fine. Just a little bit. I've had this Minecraft world for a few weeks now, I think. A few weeks. So that was a bit. Okay, that wasn't the real world starting. That was a bit. It's a stupid bit now I think about it, but I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed my movie magic. So yeah. At my friend Sam's suggestion, this is a great context, a Minecraft world that I'm just kind of idly working on right now. To just make another video, make a vlog. So I have a lot of mindless tasks I'm trying to work on right now. So this is just a good way to just talk while doing that and finally do another video, which I've been hoping to do for a while. So yeah. So yeah, this is my house. It's kind of small, but it's like spacious, you know? And I think I can always upgrade later on in life. This is awesome, by the way. They did this painting of the fucking texture pack. Oh, I guess it's gone now, but it used to be the texture pack, default texture pack icon. It's so cute! Right now I just wear iron armor, but as you can see, I have a lot of diamonds, so I want to make more tools, I want to upgrade stuff. I started out with just mending diamond axe and pickaxe, but yesterday I made the pickdoggery, and it's awesome as fuck. Because right now I'm doing a big project where I have to dig out a lot of deep slate. This is my enchantment room. And deep slate's a pain in the ass, but this makes it a little bit more bearable. Okay, so this is my house. This is the outside of my house. It's kind of like a water valley dock situation going on. And then here I have the villagers. This guy is good for emeralds because he trades sticks for emeralds. And then this guy has a mending book. He's a librarian. Hello. Yes. And paper for emeralds. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. I need to honey this, but I don't have any bees yet. I'm just gonna do a little tour of my world. And then once I get into all the, like, mindless shit, I'll begin talking about life updates and school and stuff. Here's my farm. It's mostly just wheat right now. There's a few potatoes here, because I have some pigs. But mostly wheat. Handy dandy for food. Here's our farm. We got some pigs. Not many. I don't have potatoes yet. We got many cows. Many cows. Actually, while I'm here, I should breed them, because I need leather for books and bookshelves. I'm really pleased with myself, because this is the first Minecraft world that I've been able to actually commit to. Like, obviously, I've done long-term Minecraft servers with friends in the past, and I've done some hardcore worlds with friends that lasted, like, a few days, maybe. if not just one day. But I could never commit to a survival world. I just don't have the motivation. And it's like, well, if I'm not gonna show it to anyone, if I'm not gonna have fun with friends, what the fuck is the point? But I've learned the point. I can stream my Minecraft world to friends over Discord, and that makes it all worth it. Like, it's the same feeling as a server in the sense that you want to be productive, so people can watch you be productive, and you can have longevity in this thing that you enjoy doing. And so it's like really awesome. It's really rewarding. Once all these cows grow up, I can start killing them for books. I guess llamas also drop leather, which is awesome because wandering traders keep spawning in my house or near my house. It's fucked up. Let's farm island. Eventually, I want to make it look way nicer, like maybe a beautiful farmhouse, a beautiful barn, and maybe some farmer villagers. That'd be cute. I could put walls up so that zombies don't fuck with it, or drowns don't fuck with it. So these are little waypoints I put up to aid in my digging, because I have a big digging project, as you're about to see. Not too much going on in my world right now. I haven't built anything in a while. I mean, like, built a structure. Like, because behind my house, or maybe adjacent to my house, I don't know, I plan on making a lighthouse. And then maybe my house can dig up to the lighthouse. Or, I don't know. I'll have to see. But I do want to make, like, town structures and then have villagers live there. I'm going to want to build an actual structure here, because right now I just have this weird arch that signifies this big thing, which, as you can see, goes down to a spider spawner. I've been, like, mining in this world a lot. There are so many mob, like, dungeon spawner area things. I don't know if that's usual. Maybe it's just because I'm exploring these, like, really deep, large, huge caves, and so there's a normal amount, but they get connected, but it's really fucking weird. My large spiral staircase down to spider spawner. So this is my first time ever building one. I just followed a simple tutorial and it works like a charm, dude. This is sweet. So before I need to recharge my pickaxe. It has mending on it. But before I get to that, I'll show you. This is the spider spawner area. I don't know what to call this officially, because it is technically a spider spawner, but I'm making it a train station. And, boo-boo. I'm gonna dig this large tunnel, huge tunnel, and I'm gonna put minecart trails around here. And here's the map. So it's like this, and then I'm gonna go here, boop, and this is turn. So I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna go like this. God damn. Yeah, and so there should be a village, like, about here. And so we're gonna end up over here, and there's a beautiful village here. And so that's exciting. I try to ignore all the shit that I see on my map, because I don't want to cheat per se, but... Well, it doesn't really matter. I know it's near me, but I can't, like, dig to it. I'll find it eventually. So that's my progress so far. So I am going to continue digging this. It's going to be the most boring visual you have ever seen in your fucking life. Maybe I'll put a speed paint, too, just for, like, joint stimulation. But, I haven't made too many impressive art pieces lately that aren't just commissions, which I'd feel weird putting on my YouTube channel. But anyway. So, to business. If you like my Minecraft world, it's coming along, and I'm really excited about it. But I've been busy with school lately. We're kind of just coming out of midterm season, so it's been busy. It's like the peak of busyness for me. And of course, I'm not even carrying this. I am a freshman. This is my first semester ever in college, just fresh out of high school. And so it's pretty exciting. But I'd imagine it's not nearly as busy this time of year for me as it would be for upper level students, of course. So that's my disclaimer. I'm not struggling too bad, but it has been a little stressful. So I did debrief you in my, I think, last video. It's been a while. About all my classes and my professors. But to get on with it, there has been a lot of speaking, a lot of public speaking assignments, which is scary, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. I've given 2 speeches so far in my communications class. I'm writing a 3rd as we're doing the 2nd round of speeches. They're like 5 minutes, so there's like 4 or 5 people every day who has to speak because there's like 30 students in the class. So that's been scary, you know, getting up in front of the class and then reciting a memorized essay, basically. But I'm getting better, because my first one was a struggle. I kind of froze up, and I had lots of pauses on what I wanted to say, and it was a struggle. But this time, I got through it pretty much unscathed, and I had note cards with me this time, and they were more organized, color-coded, so that helps you kind of draw the eye. And I feel good about that one. It was about making cheesecake, and so I had baked a cheesecake for the class, which, you know, it's kind of a long process. It's not like a long process, but it takes a few hours and is a bit tiring. And then I cut it up into bits and pieces, which, by the way, my advice, if you want to make that clean, I would probably freeze the cheesecake before you cut them. I did not do that. Ooh, it was scary. But, you know, it worked out. They were very sloppy looking pieces, but I served them in class, which is such a weird contrast coming out of high school where, you know, if you're in like a public high school, you can't just bring goodies from home and serve it to a class. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. I think you have to bring something sealed and packaged, which is fair. But anyway, college, here I am serving my home goods, and people liked it, and I felt good. That was a good speech. And that instructor, she really likes me. Her name is, well, I won't say that. My instructor really likes me in that class, my communications instructor. And she had suggested I meet up with this lady that she knows. Let's say, I'll call her Sophie. So I met up with Sophie. She's in the master's program, as is my instructor in communications. They met in a class. But she's also like, she's the instructor for the speech and debate club, which the speech and debate club is also a class, like, that you get credits for. As in forensic speech she is in, which I know you think forensic science, but apparently forensic just means to seek truth. So that's what that's about. So she gave me Sophie's email, and we emailed, and then I met up with her at a local, like, cafe thing, and she bought me a drink, and she told me about the program and what it's like, and apparently they, like, her section of it is a lot of focus on writing speeches and giving speeches, so it's more like public speaking and writing logical, informative, you know, like, papers to speak on. And, of course, it is a speech and debate club, so there is preparing for debates and learning how to kind of make points on the fly and research, and then they travel, and, you know, you have to pay for the class because it's a class, but they pay for the flights, and they'll go to different parts of the U.S., so, like, Tennessee, South Carolina, but also, like, Rome. Oh, and it's also San Francisco, which is in our state. I'm in California. But, like, it's way far. So, you know, it sounds like to take that, it'd be a lot of hard work, but it would be fucking cool and interesting. I do enjoy speaking, and I do enjoy writing, so the speech part, that sounds pretty fun. Time-consuming and difficult, but fun. And I had mentioned to her, to Sophie, that I want to get a master's degree at the least a master's degree, because I'm majoring in psychology, and broadly speaking, if you just get a psychology bachelor, not a lot of money, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I don't know the field, but I think that's safe to say. So if I want to be a therapist, I'm gonna have to get at least a master's, maybe a PhD, maybe a doctorate, depending on whether I want to prescribe medication or not. But you know, my idea is I want to move up in the world. I want a higher degree. So she says, well, you know, speech and debate club, good fucking look on your master's resume for your master's program, whatever you go. I'm like, that's very, very true. And she also advised me to keep in contact with instructors and professors that like me, because I'm gonna need probably 2 recommendations on a master's program application, but you want 4 people lined up to ask, just in case one of them don't reply or something, you know? 1 or 2 of them don't reply. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I want to keep in contact with my communications instructor, because she's so sweet and she likes me, and you know, clearly she wants to encourage me as far as her field goes, communications. And I appreciate that, like, big time, you know? That's so sweet. So I'd love to. Although now I'm thinking, like, how do you keep in contact with an instructor that you don't have? Like, are you just friends now? Like, because it's a weird... Because she's, like, a TA, right? And so... She's a TA, but she's, like, probably 40s, 50s. So she's, like, an older woman. But I guess we're, like, friends now? Like, is that how that works? I have no idea. Because I'd asked her, like, what... Because when I met Sophie, Sophie was like, I don't know what she wants us to do, but here's information about my thing. And so when I saw my instructor again, I'm like, what? We were curious why you intended for us to do meeting up. And she's like, I just want her to convince you to join her speech and debate program. Also, you know, just to be friends. And I was like, oh, well, okay. So I guess you just become friends with these people. This is all new to me, you know? I'm not used to, meeting people more experienced and older than I am, and then just having contact. That's what networking is, though, man. I need to man up and network. Seriously, I do. I am excited to take classes in my major. I'm interested in that speech and debate thing, but I don't think it'll be immediately. Just because it sounds like time-consuming, and I want to be ready for that. So maybe next fall. I don't know. I'll see. I don't want to do it too late, because I want to have time to meet those people and have connections, and then build my critical thinking skills and my speech skills. That'd be awesome. But I don't think I want to do it next semester, because there's some more GE classes I really want to get out of the way my first and second year. So I'm going to work on that. So I'll most likely take my science class I have to take, and then some major classes, or maybe just one major class with other GE stuff. So I am excited to take major classes. As I mentioned, my major is psychology, and meet other psychology students. At my college, at my school, psychology is the largest major. Like, number of people-wise, it's the largest major. So, there's lots to meet, man. There's lots of people to meet. And I'm excited to begin networking and making friends. On the friend front, I am no doubt better than I was in high school when I was a kid. But it's still a struggle, you know? Because I'm kind of an unusual person with unusual interests. So a lot of the time, we don't know what... People almost always don't know what I'm talking about. Because I like movies. I like a lot of movies, but not always the most popular movies. Like, there's a lot of movies I need to get to, is what I'm saying. So if I bring up movies I like, they'll be like, oh, I haven't heard of that, or even, I've heard of that, but I haven't seen it. And like, for them, it's like, either I haven't heard of what they're into, or I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it, or I'm not interested in it, or I haven't, like, watched / read / whatever it is. And it's weird, because I meet people who I can tell are chronically online, so I introduce myself, because I'm also chronically online, and I'll learn that what they're into, I'm very familiar with, but I'm not into it, you know? Like, it's like, oh, my friend likes that. I don't like it, but my friend likes that. So, for example, like Danganronpa, it's like, I'm familiar with Danganronpa, but it's something my friends are into, not really me. Or, like, Sonic, it's like, I'm kind of into it. Like, I've had a stint where I was into it, but I've never really played the games. I'm not really into it. It's more like by proxy through Dirk. Even though I do love Sonic, I'm not like, it's not like my, it's like a secondhand interest in a weird way. So, it's hard finding common ground, and I know there's more to friendship than shared interest. That's like aspirational. You need to remember that. But you know, when you're building a friendship, the easiest way is definitely through shared interests. Like, you know, my good friends Lucas and Pilar are probably my most recently met friends that I've been bonding with. And you know, I bonded with them through shared interests. Succession and Juzum Looster. But then, you know, even if I or they fall out of our common shared interest, you know, we built enough of a rapport to keep being friends and talk all the time. Just because we found common hobbies outside of our, like, media interests. And that's important. So, you know, you need that launching pad to really build something strong. At least it feels that way. At least at my level of social skill. I feel that way. Do you see that? I'm so fucked. I don't want to deal with that. Okay, whatever. So that's something I'm still grappling with. There's a few people I've met, but as I mentioned, it's hard to find common interests that I'm really into, like I can discuss all the time type shit. And it's also hard gauging whether or not they're also interested in talking to you. Because it's like, oh, I'd love to be their friend, but like, how into that are they? You know? I almost feel like I wish I had met someone who has no friend group the same way I have no friend group in real life. Just to be, obviously I have a friend group online, but in real life I don't have like a large friend group of people who know each other. So I feel like I need like a fresh start, but that's not realistic at all, and it's not... I mean, it'd be nice to meet someone who does have a friend group so I can meet people through them, right? You know, it's a two thing. And so I'm a bit scared. There's this one girl in my argumentation class who seems very amiable to becoming a friend of mine. Like, we talked twice when, like, fire alarms went off and we had to evacuate our class, and then we could stand in the parking lot and talk. And then they went out of their way to be like, hey, I don't think I got a social media for you, and, you know, we exchanged Discords, and it's awesome. And so I messaged them the other day while I was working on homework at home, and they were, like, open to talking, and that was really sweet. Like, I think there's a potential friendship there if I follow that lead, so to speak. Where's this bitch? Here he is. Alright. Not this. And then there's this great cinema class I have. It's like, we discuss early films. I mentioned it probably in my last video. But the big idea is that we only meet once a week, and it's like from 1 o'clock to 3:45, so it's a long class. But it's once a week. But I always sit next to this one girl, and she's really nice. She's nice, and she's sweet, and she's not too hard to talk to. Clearly she's kind of shy too, I think. That's how I perceive it. So sometimes I can't tell if she doesn't want to be, like, friends. Like, she's happy to talk to me in class, but she doesn't want to be friends. I got her Discord through asking, and then I messaged her one day on the weekend, and I was like, how'd your weekend go? It was, like, Sunday. And they were like, good. And I was like, restful, I hope? And they were like, sure, yeah, yup. And so, you know, with... like, she's typed in a very enthusiastic way, like, oh, chipper, and, exclamation points and everything, and so it's like, there is a level of friendliness, of course. But with the short responses, the lack of engagement, I was a little concerned, like, oh, am I misreading this? Like, do they not want to be my friend? Like, happy with classmate, but too far on being a friend? Like a friend who speaks outside of class? I don't know. I don't know. I was encouraged because the day we had seen each other before that, I, like, walked her out to the crosswalk. I offered to walk her to her car. Maybe that's too much. But she was like, oh, it's like 20 minutes away. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll just go home. So sometimes I'm scared of being too eager. Like, my mom told me, like, people don't like it when you're too desperate. And I'm like, that's absolutely true, right? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to make friends, man. I don't know how it goes. I go to a commuter school. I live practically on campus and otherwise down the road from campus. But, like, so most people, they live at least 15, 20 minutes away. So, it's... Ah! It's hard to make friends like that, you know, just because people aren't forced to be on campus with each other. It's not dorm life, you know what I mean? I live at home. It'd be stupid not to live at home just because I live so fucking close and it's so expensive to get on-campus housing. But, you know, so there's upsides and downsides. I know my adjacent family, like my aunts and stuff, my aunt is very concerned about me not being able to live on campus just for the experience of it all, campus life. But this is a school I went to. This is a school I got into, and I like it, actually. I am proud of my school. It's not a bad one at all. But that is the one downside. Just, like, the fact that you really can't... It's not like a full college experience just because of that campus life aspect. So it's hard. I don't know. Maybe in graduate school I'll get that experience. I want to go to a nicer school for my higher degree. That's a hypothetical, though. I have, like, no idea how it works. I need to do research and watch YouTube videos and bullshit like that. I do have this... Oh my god. Holy shit. I do have this one person who's super keen on being my friend. Like, we go to communications class together and we sit next to each other every day. And then after class, we'll sit with each other for, like, 20 minutes before I have to go to my next class. And so we'll talk, and they already commissioned me. And so, like, you know, we have a good rapport. And it's super exciting. Of course, I've never experienced before having to basically change all your classes every semester. You know what I mean? That's new for me. So that's gonna be weird in the friend-making department. But it's also kind of nice because you get exposure to so many different people who are also constantly changing environments. Like, there's no built-in friend groups because how could there be? At least class-wise. See, I don't know. Pros and cons. Pros and cons. I'm really optimistic about school, though. I know this is, like, the tip of the iceberg. You know, first semester ever. I can just tell from observing my friend Dirk, and admittedly he does go to a better, more prestigious school than me, but he gets boatloads of homework. Like, despicable bullshit, dude. So, not looking forward to that. I don't know. The takeaway here is that I'm excited about planning for my future. And I'm excited about adult life. I'm really close to a license. I haven't learned how to drive on streets yet, so I guess it's a bit bold to say I'm close to getting my license. But I've been practicing with my dad in his car, and my mom says with my FAFSA money and with her and my dad's money, we could get me some, like 2 hours or 4 hours with a driving instructor just before the test. Or maybe if I take the test and fail and then go back to the instructor. So I can learn the exact expectations of the test guy, you know? Well, anyway. Just the idea of being able to have a license and to drive and to have freedom, that's so exciting. And I don't have strict parents in the slightest. You know, I'll basically just tell them, oh, I want to do this, and they'll be like, okay, I can drive you there. But, you know, there's still an aspect of being restricted to where I'm willing to ask them to drive me. You know what I mean? So, and it's not like I'm gonna sneak off with my new license and go places where my parents don't know about. I'm not, like, we don't have that type of relationship. I'm completely fine sharing that with them. But at the same time, there's some stuff which, like, if I want to go, I've never been to a concert, but I love music. So I'd love, ideally, to go to a concert someday with my friends. And I'd love to be able to be like, oh, do you want to go to this? I'll drive you. And I can just drive them. I can just drive us. And it's awesome. And we'll just have our own night. And it's, like, such freedom. My mom keeps telling me, like, you will love the freedom you get from this. And I'm like, I know it, dude. I know it. I'm already looking into my local bus pass just to experience the kind of, like, going somewhere on my own. And, you know, sometimes my friend picks me up when we go somewhere, but it's not the same. Like, even to just go somewhere on my own, that'd be kind of novel and interesting. I live in a pretty damn safe place, so I'm not that worried about that. My young adulthood, things are good. I feel that way. Things are evolving, you know what I mean? Things are an evolving situation, I think it's fair to say. I've also been very much enjoying
very much thinking about myself and my own various skills and abilities.
Enjoying myself and thinking about myself and my things. I've been watching a lot of movies. Yesterday I watched 4 movies. One with my friend Lucas. One in theater with my dad. It's called Blue Moon. It was alright. It was pretty good. I saw 2 with my friend Darkman. And then The Thing. The Thing is fucking fantastic. Like, I know everyone and their mom will tell you that, but, you know, they weren't lying, man. What the fuck? That was so cool and creepy and crazy. Right, I'm thinking about what I should make the floor of this tunnel. Because if I'm going to fill in that sort of open cave area, I should just use the blocks I'm going to use when I finish it, so I don't have to mine them again. I think something deep slate might be smart, because I have so goddamn much of it. Either bricks or tiles. I don't really use bricks. Maybe it's cool. I think the tiles work. I mean, I think the bricks work better. So, anywho. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I've been trying to read more. I'm really bad at that. Who isn't? TBH? But yeah, I'm really garbage at reading, even though I keep buying fucking books. I've been reading this interesting one called, Fear of the Black Body, The Racial Origins of Fat Phobia. And I'm fat, so this is relevant to my life. And I'm really enjoying it. So far, we're just kind of exploring the book's kind of exploring the history of how, like, the physical aspects of racial stereotypes came to be. Like, so we visited the Renaissance in Rome, and now the Enlightenment age in England, and how these developing thoughts kind of transformed into racist sort of prospects, racist ideas of what a black person looks like, what a white person looks like, beauty standards for black and white women, how they applied to each and how they differed. It's interesting. Like where these ideas came from, what people. We're exploring a lot of very specific historical figures, which is interesting. And of course now we're finally getting into weight, beauty standards. Of course, as everyone will tell you, in ancient Rome, more voluptuous women were considered gorgeous and Venus-like, and where did we go wrong? And we're kind of starting to see it with how the British Enlightenment thinkers started to... They liked, you know, back in Enlightenment times, everyone was having fun categorizing everything, you know? Categorizing plants, categorizing animals, and they were like, there's different types of humans too. We should categorize different humans and find out what physiological differences we have. Innocent enough, but, you know, not so good in the end. But, you know, as we started to associate black bodies with greed and gluttony and rotundness, you know, there starts to be... You can kind of see how this forms, you know what I mean? Those classic ideas of, well, what if blackness is bad, then whiteness is good, and blackness is bad, and blackness is fat, so fat is bad. You know, that sort of thinking. So it's an interesting read, and I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of inching through it, just because I don't... Like, I definitely have the time to read, but I don't make the time to read. You know what I'm talking about? I waste it away doing other shit. Which is typical. But I'm working on it. I have an interesting book about Nixon I'm excited to read. I have 2 books about film analysis with black people in film, and then with women in film, and so those are exciting to read. I'm excited about that. But so I'm trying to read more. I'm watching more movies. I'm trying to, at least. It's October, so I'm watching scary movies every time I can. In between all the new releases I'm seeing with my dad and all the old whatever movies I'm assigned for my cinema class. So watching a lot of movies. I like it. It makes me feel better. Makes me feel smarter. I like it. I joined a zine. It's not like a formal joining process. It's kind of like being added to their emailing list, and it's like if you send in a piece, you do, and if you don't, you don't. I believe it's due sometime in November. So I need to get on that, because I have a concept, but I have not even sketched anything. Just because I tried when I first joined it, and I was just struggling so much, I was like, screw this! I swear to God, I was during the summer, too. Like, I've had a long time to do that, and I just have not yet. So, that is something I need to get onto. Generally, I'd like to make more creative art, but that's not what I'm really focused on improving myself right now. I want to read more. I want to write. There's this guy, Blue Foster, whose short stories I find fascinating and interesting and awesome. And so I'd also like to get into writing short stories. I think that's a smart, kind of non-committal way to venture into... Ooh, I need to go mining for coal. To venture into developing your vocabulary, developing your prose, get better at creative writing. Because I'm not really great at creative writing. I like writing essays, because that's what they've taught me to write in school, and I do enjoy it. But, you know, I haven't had much opportunity to creative write. So, with my enjoyment of essay writing, out comes kind of stilted, stiff descriptions, just because I'm more used to that sort of thing. So that's something I want to work on, also. It's good to have goals, but I haven't made much time for it. And to be fair, I am also busy in school. I'm very busy in school. It feels good to be busy in school. And also, I've been thinking about getting a job next semester, just now that I've been able to settle into the college experience. And do quite alright. And my parents observe I have lots of free time still, which is true. So, I should probably get a job. Because it's on-campus jobs, and those are hopefully easier to get than off-campus jobs, which I have not had much luck with last summer. But it'd be good to get experience, work experience, you know, before I start my long trek onto education and then probably eventually internships and shit. I have a little work experience because I did a high school internship, which really was just a summer job. I'm kind of an idiot for not... Well, I didn't know back then what I wanted to do. I know I kind of want to go into psychology. Back then I did a museum because I'm like, well, I'm an artist. I'll do museum. It was stupid, because that experience does not help me career-wise at all. I did network a little bit, but I don't think those ties are going to help me as of yet. Depends on what I do, I guess. Back then I was kind of thinking of, like, graphic designer. Oh yeah, it's not going to happen, okay? So, that was an amazing opportunity, which I feel sad about, because I didn't know what I wanted to do yet. That's not my fault, really. I mean, I was like 17. What are you gonna do about it? Regardless, I had some work experience. That honestly, that internship, as like low-key nothing as it was for me professionally, personally it did wonders. Like I genuinely feel that job helped me hone my social skills a lot. So that's just important. But yeah, anyway, I'd like to get some work experience before I have to delve into my career. And I'd also just like to make some extra money. Because right now, I do have a fair deal of money for someone who does not have any expenses. I have like a few hundred put away just for my own personal use, which is awesome. But I only get money through commissions, which I get maybe 1 or 2 a month. I'm very grateful. I am very grateful for that. But it's not a lot, because I don't charge a lot. Like, I charge a good amount, but I am one of those artists where people are like, you need to charge more for commissions. And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to, but, you know, I want commissions to begin with. I don't know if I'm at a level of demand where I can afford to charge much more. I don't know. So having an actual income on the side just for like a part-time job, that'd be super swell. Plus it'd be good to build my resume, because nobody wants me. I don't know. But yeah, I could honestly probably talk for another hour, but this video is getting quite long and I have to edit it, so you know, I think I'll leave it off here. This went really well. The first time I did a video ever in this format, I had, I believe, my camera and Minecraft gameplay, and I found it hard to focus on talking. But I guess now I have more experience, more life experience talking to a supposed crowd, and more experience making YouTube videos, and I think this worked out really well. You know, no camera, just gameplay. Mostly mindless stuff. I'm mining now, but earlier was just, you know, bullshit. So, I'm glad this went well. Let me know, my friends, because I know that Sue's gonna watch this, if I should do more videos in the Minecraft world. The Minecraft world is called Boiltown, by the way. I should make that public record. Boiltown is my Minecraft world. Let me know, and thank you for listening, if you did listen to this long video. I don't know how much I'll edit out, but right now OBS says it's 51 minutes, so yeah. Thanks guys. That's gonna take fucking forever to upload. Thanks a lot.